Hey friends, Billy from LM Cases here, and today we are going to take a look at one of the coolest production managers workstations that we've done in a very, very long time. This is for our friend Dan, who's out with the Backstreet Boys at the moment, and this is his day-to-day desk. So this is designed to live in a production office, backstage, in an arena. So this case interfaces with a printer case that we built for him previously. This is just designed to be a mobile office for him. So basically when he rolls into a production office, he can just plug this thing in and it will work. So let's start with some of the features. So the most striking feature here are the lights. So these are Philips Hue lights. We custom built these brackets to interface these. So, you know, these are just a regular home grade LED light. But so, of course, everything that we do here at LM is for heavy touring, and, you know, we have to modify pretty much everything, so that was our modification. So we came up with these cool little brackets so that you can hang these lights and they will survive being bounced around in a truck. So as far as wiring goes, you know, we really try here to do as neat of a job as we can, and also we really try to make things last on the road. So, you know, one of the things that we do is we sheath a lot of the wiring in TechFlex, as you can see with this gap right here. So this door is going to be open and closed often. You know, obviously at the beginning and end of each show, it's a quick load in, quick load out. You know, you don't want to have to worry about a delicate consumer grade cable being pinched. So, you know, we cut the ends off, we resoldered it, we put the we put the TechFlex around there. So looking here at the left-hand side of the case, this is a whiteboard. The light is shining directly on the whiteboard, so if Dan needs to make a note there, he can, and it can be illuminated. So I should also say that all of the lights that are shown here are independently controllable. So there are 4 pendant lights and 1 row of LED tape behind. So if you look at the monitor arms that are right there, there's a purple strip behind there. Those are to backlight the monitors. And then there are 3 pendant lights, one over the whiteboard, left and right on the work surface, and then there is another one in the rack, so you can turn all of those things on and off independently by this switch that is located right here. So for those of you who do not know, we make a product called a DSK-AC box, and this box is designed to hold a standard Decora punch. So you can put a switch in there just like we have. We also use it a lot of times for if you want courtesy power in your work surface. If you check previous videos, this is a pretty common box, but this is the first one that we've done with the switch. So when I designed it, I had the intention of using a switch, and this is the first one. So congrats, Dan, you're the first one. So I put a switch here because I figured if you're going out to a dinner break or, you know, something like that, and you just want to shut your lights off, you can turn them off and on really quickly with this switch and not have to pull out your phone, because, you know, everything is Wi-Fi activated for the lights. So that seems kind of annoying to me if you have to pull your phone out every time you want to turn your lights on and off. So there's that. To my left here, this is a storage cabinet with some shelves. This is just general storage here. You can put, you know, bottles or anything like that just needs a home. You know, this would be a good idea or a good spot for bags and things like that you just need a space to store it during use during the show. So that is this compartment. Let's move on to the storage drawers. So the case comes with 4 total storage drawers, 3 of which are exactly the same. These are on the left-hand portion of the case, so the drawers are built out of 1/2-inch Baltic birch. They're mounted on heavy-duty Accuride glides, and they are finished with carpet on the interior just to keep things from bouncing around during transport. The slide-out work surface here, shown in its retracted position, is designed to be pulled out and worked on. So while you're working, this allows you to sit under the case while you're working on it. So this work surface is laminated with black Formica. This allows you to put paper down on it and write on it. And then this can be locked in a variety of positions in and out. So if you don't need it to extend the full way, you can leave it in a partially extended format or all the way. So in the work surface here, we have a courtesy panel. We've got two USB 3.0As. That can connect to, so Dan's using an Apple Studio computer in the rack section, so if you need to plug in a dongle or, you know, a USB breakout, you can plug stuff in right there without having to reach down into the rack. There are 4 Cat 6 jacks that are color-coded, so if you need to run you know, a piece of gear, a printer, or something like that, and you want to set it up over a VLAN or something like that, these are all labeled. So the corresponding cable that goes to the network switch is labeled green, blue, purple, and yellow. So looking at the power section here, and forgive me, the work surface is not fully extended, so it is showing that it looks like it's blocked. It currently is in this view, but it's not. So you have 4 Edison outlets in here for courtesy things, laptops, something like that. And then within these, there's also 2 USB-Cs and 2 USB-As. So you can plug your phone in or an iPad or anything like that. And also on this panel, we have 2 Powercon outputs. The reason why I generally will put those on panels like that is we have a breakout 4-plex to Powercon adapter that we make. So if you need to have some extra outlets in the work surface, you can have that on there. And actually, just to show you what that 4-plex portion looks like, if you look here, this is a Hubble product. This is called a Hubble 4-plex. And it will allow you to plug 4 things in a 2-space box. So I've got that power box mounted just like that in the back. That is going to supply power to the monitors. And then also, if Dan needs to plug anything else in beyond the monitors, there's additional outlets. So the monitors that are going in this case are Apple VESA mount monitors. This case needs to leave here today to meet them on a tour, and of course the monitors are coming from Apple tomorrow. So this is May of 2022. The monitors were just released a few months ago, so we ordered them the day that they were available in anticipation for this project, but c'est la vie, here we go. So we're going to mount these brackets to the monitors and have a meet Dan on the road. So speaking of the brackets, the way that this works is this interfaces with the VESA mount on the Apple monitor. And then you can see on the right-hand side of this bracket, there's a little handle. All you have to do is loosen that up, and the monitors can slide up and down on this pole, so you can get the viewing angle that you like. As far as the audio system in the case goes, we've got 2 Sonos Play 1s. These are mounted at the top right and left-hand side of the workbox. They are hardwired in via Ethernet, so you can connect to these even if the case doesn't see a WAN network or the internet, if you will. So the case, so I should say the audio system and the lighting portion of the case will work if it's not plugged into a network, so it can work independently. The little trap doors that are up there are showing just, that's where we're hiding a lot of the wiring, so let's check and see what's in there. So the doors are mounted on precision control hinges. These allow the doors to remain in any spot without the need for any type of prop or bracket to hold them open. So if you need to get in there and work, it works out really well because you can just grab those little slam latches and everything will work. So up here we've got a locking from and plug lock power strip. We've also got a remote network switch. The little white thing in the corner is the access point, so that is wired directly into our main switch, which is in the rack. And that is what provides the Wi-Fi signal. So everything is is labeled nice and neat. Every cable is, actually a good majority of the cables in this system are all custom built. So anything that we build in-house, I do try to put a heat shrink label on it so you know what everything is. So for example, if you're looking at this right here, you can see it says Hue bridge, speaker left, speaker right. That way, if you have to plug a cable in and plug it, unplug it and plug it back in, you can, and you know what it is. So on the other side here, this entire power strip is what is controlled by the switch. So this is all of the lighting. You can see the AC to DC adapters that are plugged in there. One of the reasons why I really like the Furman plug lock a lot is because it does have those little locking hoops that keep larger plugs like that in place. So there's a P-Touch label on everything that just denotes that that's switched, just so you can't plug something in there and get yourself in trouble. So before we move on from the work surface, we do have a top work surface that goes right below the monitor. Now this is secured via T-pins in the corners. So that allows you to remove this should you need extra space to work on the monitors, or you need to get to something on the work surface. All you have to do is just pop those tethered T-pins, and they're tethered so that you can't lose them, and you can pop that out. You should never really, in theory, need to do that, but, if it's a touring situation, I try to do things so that if you need to get access to something quickly, you don't need to find tools. So looking down here at our rack section, this is a 6-space shock mount rack. We are using the ever popular and my favorite AAA RS1215 PDU. I like this a lot because it has 6 outlets on the front and 6 outlets on the back. So all of the case power is terminated here at the RS1215, and then that also leaves you an additional 6 outlets on the front for courtesy things. And then the other thing I do like about it is it has a guarded power switch, which just, is cool. There's a drawer below here, same build as the other ones, 1/2-inch Baltic birch, carpet-lined heavy-duty Accuride glides. This particular drawer is designed to hold the tactical 25-foot Ethernet cable in addition to the power cable for the case. So looking at the right-hand door, we've got storage on the bottom here for bags and bottles and things like that. And then we also have some integrated storage units for office supplies. So these particular units are built out of 3/8-inch Lexan. They have very heavy-duty South Coast lamb latches, and then they're divided into three separate compartments in there. So we'll take a look at the back of the case now. So before we move to the back, there are 2 access panels on the sides here. So these just are designed to open up with just a simple latch. They drop right down, and then this allows you to have access to anything behind the monitor. So if you need some additional storage space, you can get back there and store stuff behind the monitors, or if, God forbid, something comes unplugged or something like that, you can get back there really quick. So looking at the back here, this is the back of the rack section. So on the bottom, we do have a UPS. The power coming into the case is wired directly into the UPS, and then it goes to our RS1215 PDU. On the top here, we also have a PoE switch. This is an 8-port switch. And this just handles, so for this particular instance, we're going to call this our core switch, and then there's the satellite switch up there. So everything is nice and neat. It's tied to a lacing bar, and then again, everything is labeled with what each connection is plugged into it. So Dan also has a printer case. This is just a little tail out of the switch, so he can plug his printer case into that and use the switch in this case as the core switch. So this is just easier than plugging stuff in and out of the switch. Switches and things like that are not really designed for day in, day out plugging and unplugging. So we're calling that a sacrificial connector. So if that breaks, you can just replace it. So power coming into the case happens at this little box right here. This is another standard LM product that we make. This is just a Hubble 5278 inlet. It has a duplex outlet on the back. And in this one is configured with a D-punch, or 2 D-punches. One is labeled video on the top, which is blanked out. And we provided that so that if Dan needs to get a video feed, to just see what's going on stage, or if there's static cameras in the arena so you can see where people are. We can eventually add a connector in there to feed that, be it HDMI or SDI. And then this the cable that's plugged into the top there is just a heavy-duty tactical Ethernet cable that we make here at LM. So that's a 25-foot cable. It has a heavy-duty Ethercon on the end, and then it has a Pro Shell on the end, on the other end, so you can plug it into any wall outlet. And that is available on LM Cases online if you're interested in that cable. So everybody, that wraps up this video. If you have any questions, you can email me direct, billy@lmcases.com. You can check us out at our website, lmcases.com. You could check out our web store, lmcasesonline.com. A lot of the cables and boxes and things that we build for ourselves for integrations are available there. You can buy that, the tactical cables, power cables, mic cables, our little boxes and that kind of thing you can buy from there. You could also check us out on Instagram. Our Instagram is LM_cases. Projects like these, we definitely do add to our story, so if you want to follow along and see how the progress of these particular projects, you can check it out there. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one.